Avoiding laziness. Laziness is a barrier to success caused by paralytic anxiety and fear. You need to be disciplined and focused and able to overcome the temptation to be lazy in order to achieve your goals. No, that's BS. You need to have such clarity and such focus on what you want to do and what you want that nothing gets in your way, because you are drastically seeking to attain what it is you want with the vigor of someone who is trying to escape a building that is on fire. Having clarity and focus in attacking your goals with the determination of running out of a building that is on fire will prevent you from being lazy, and it'll prevent you from wasting time. It'll prevent you from feeling chronic pain. Everything but stress and burnout, which is managed separately. Get over the past and towards moving to the future, and then we can deal with the rest. Identify what you want to achieve and create a plan for achieving it. Do the math. Once you have the math done, there's no excuse to be lazy. There's no excuse to put things off. There's no excuse not to take the first step. Surround yourself with motivated people, or surround yourself with successful people. Surround yourself with people who aren't lazy. They'll look at you really funny when you're being lazy and wasting time. Understand that the people you spend the most time with can have the biggest impact on your behavior and attitude. So surround yourself with people who are motivated and not lazy. Laziness kills productivity. Seems obvious. It's hard to be successful when you're lazy unless you want to be successful at being lazy, in which case procrastinate away. This doesn't mean that you don't need to take relaxation in life. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy time with your friends and family. Doesn't even mean you can't have a job that you dislike to get to where you want to be. It just means don't kill time. Don't sit around with this paralytic anxiety and be lazy. Go find something you want and get it. Life is not that hard.
Human beings are great at sensing danger, so human beings are great at finding the negative.
You just listed a whole litany of things that people face today. Depression, anxiety.
I like to put it in a negative bucket and in a stuck bucket. So I like to wrap mental health issues into this bucket. And I like to say, if you're sitting with no purpose and you have any of these things, there's a really good correlation, causation, and relation, all of them, between the two. Between you not having a purpose and something to do, and you having any mental illness or substance abuse disorder.
Right. Okay. That's a perfect way to encapsulate it for what I'm about to posit. For most of our history as a civilization, we have had to subsistence live, for the most part.
You couldn't wake up in the morning and say, I just can't.
Right. Because if you just can't, you just can't exist. And now we've come to a point in technological advancement where the individual worker is capable of producing so much. Even the quote unquote laziest human by today's standards, if they are working in any kind of capacity of production of whatever, service, production, etc., they're producing far more than somebody who was an industrious worker 100 years ago.
Yes.
Our capacity for free time has thusly exploded.
Yes.
We have more time on our hands than humans have ever had.
Yes.
We don't know what to do with it.
Correct.
And instead of seeking things to do with their time, people seek things to fill their time.
Yes. HGBS. We go over lower socioeconomic ladder, and again, this is just like pick your spot here as middle line, and pick your spot here as what you define as a successful person, and pick your spot down here as what you define as unsuccessful. Whatever that may look like by a personal view or a community standard. The lower the socioeconomic ladder, the more time that you spend on things that don't produce profit for you or anyone else. Not monetary profit, but any type of profit. So that means more playing on social media, more drugs, alcohol, depression, more saying that you can't do things instead of doing things. The higher you go, the less of that you do. And so down here also includes the hustle versus hate. The less successful that you are, the more time that you have to hate on someone, leave these YouTube comments that are negative, versus someone of a higher status who has more time to create content or consume educational content or give someone feedback about what they're doing to help them improve. So on spending time, there is a divide. Yet it's going to be a bell curve in both directions. But we have too much time to focus on what's wrong with us, whereas in the past, we did not have that time. And we should be seeing, as time goes on and we get more civilized and industrialized, as AI takes over more things, we should see a rapid increase in the amount of mental health disorders that happen.
Which I would argue we are right now. We're seeing that.
Same with obesity. We have more time to sit around and not work, more time to sit around and not do physical things.
And more ability to consume.
Right.
With less effort.
Right. This is where the third thing of the three things comes from. Your past is forgiveness, purgation. Your present is gratitude, but your entire future is something to do, because if you don't have something to do, that's where depression and anxiety come from. You lack something to focus on and a purpose and something to keep you alive, something to keep you striving. You don't have to go hunt. You don't have to go gather. You don't have to find a cave for safety. You don't have to do any of the things that human beings had to do. But if your knee hurts, you can sit around and whine about it and not go rock climbing and not go hiking and not go walking and not exercise because you could complain that you have this chronic pain in your knee.